welcome to another episode of Come and Have a Seat at the Table. Hello, welcome to another episode of Come Have a Seat at the Table with us, Siobhan Smith and
Cheyenne Smith.
And we hope that you all have watched our first episode of our comeback where we talked about our 3-year journey of marriage, and many of you have given us feedback and have told us how much you enjoyed the episode. We've had a few people to say it's not long enough.
They wanted more.
Oh my God, y'all, that was 30 minutes. We don't want to do it too long and then y'all get bored.
Right.
So 30 minutes I think is good because y'all gonna keep coming back for more.
Right.
But we're a little darker because we just came back from Mexico.
Vacation, y'all. We needed to relax, and that's what we did.
We did. It was an amazing vacation.
Yes, our first day, we went and just had a whole spa day.
Yeah.
We went to the spa and just relaxed, and they took us through the saunas, and then we had to pour the cold bucket on us, and we got back in the second sauna. Now listen, y'all, she went through the first one.
Yeah.
You know, and she almost had a panic attack, and I calmed her down, and then we went through with the cold bucket on us, and they said, all right, you gotta go on to the next one. The next one, she said, oh, it's too hot in here, I can't breathe. So I had to, beg her to stay in for 3.5 minutes.
I felt like I couldn't breathe. How do you all like that sauna? I know it makes you sweat, but the room, it seemed like the room was just caving in. They closed the door, this smoke was coming up. It got hot. I felt like I was in a fiery furnace, like the 3 Hebrew boys.
So she got through that 3.5 minutes. We got out of there, and then they had about 5 or 6 pools that we went through for therapy, and we had to get in one that was, ice cold. Like if you ever took an ice bath.
Yeah. Has you had an ice bath before?
If you
went
haven't,
into the cold pool.
So look, I got her to do. I said, "Come on, you got to come down the steps with me." So she took 1 step. She took 2 steps. She's about to take that 3rd step. She said, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No. So I can't imagine how athletes, they sit their whole body in there. And they sit there for a while. Yeah. And remember the lady was saying that it helps your muscles.
Relaxes you.
It relaxes you.
It even cools your body.
Oh my God, I couldn't take that cold.
It was ice cold.
It was freezing.
This time, now previously on my last vacation, I
did
my whole body. This time that was pretty cool.
It was cold.
I went halfway this time.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I went straight to the jacuzzi.
She wanted to stay in the hot water, and it's already 100 degrees out there.
I'm always cold.
Baking.
I'm always cold. I would rather probably be hot than cold.
See, I'd rather be cold because then I can just bundle up. But it was amazing. We relaxed that day.
Yeah, it was so good.
Came out of there, and then the next day was our adventure day. We went out on that next day, and we went ATVing. We went out into the desert, then we went into the jungle. We saw crocodiles
and
different little animals. They even stopped you, say, get off the bikes and come on, and we walked through it.
And we were even looking to see if we could find the gorillas, because they have gorillas and monkeys that would just be on the trees, just random. So me, curious, looking to see, scared and curious at the same time.
But it was fun. So we took little videos of her on the ATVs, and then we went from there, from the ATVs, and we did what?
We did the water.
Yes, jet ski.
Water something. Wave runners. Yes.
So it was jet skiing. Some people say jet skiing, some say wave runners.
Mm-hmm.
But that was amazing. Even though she was scared, y'all, because we went. I'm talking.
And I didn't drive. I rode the back. But he was riding that thing like Richard Petty on the water.
I almost thought we was gonna fall off one of those. Cause we was hitting those waves, and it was just taking us jump.
And I was popping up off of it. But it was just, I'm like, let's do all this while we can before we get old and say,
hey, we just come in here and we just
lay on the beach.
And then the next day we went out to and did the sailing.
Right.
So we went on the yacht. We was on the yacht all day. Yes. So we went on the yacht. That was fun with other couples and families.
Yeah. Went to the snorkeling.
Went snorkeling. Then we went and jumped in the ocean and swam. And then from there they took us to an island where we was over there for about 2.5, 3 hours. That was amazing. That island was a beautiful island.
And we was able to ride through town on a little golf cart It was. We had so much fun.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Enjoyed ourselves.
We did.
And loved on each other.
We
and
did.
We ate. I mean, we on the beach. We ordered.
We ate.
We
We
in the
ate
room, we
around the
ordered.
clock. We did. I think I gained a couple of pounds from that
The
vacation.
food was amazing. So if y'all never been to Secrets Marche, it's a new
Yeah.
resort in Playa del Carmen.
Yes, and I'm grateful for my husband. When we were dating, he promised me. He said, "I'm going to show you things you've never experienced before. I'm going to take you around the world." He said, "I believe in traveling," and he said, "I don't want to go to the same place too many times because I want to show you different places." And in our 3 years of marriage, he's taken me to 3 different places out of the country. 4 different places. Oh yeah, because our honeymoon. 4 different places out of the country. And I'm telling you, going outside of what you're used to, it just opens up your understanding, your perspective, just the way you look at life. It does something so good for you to, not limit yourself and to expose yourself to different cultures and different foods, different people. We met some people from France, and the way we had to communicate with them because they didn't speak English very well, so I'm trying to communicate with them. They're trying to communicate with me, and we were able to come to a happy medium where, we understood each other, and it was beautiful. We were in the beach together. We rode the golf cart together. They paid for the golf cart in their money. We paid for the way coming back in our money, and we worked together as a team, even though there may have been a communication difference or barrier. And that just blessed me, that there are all kinds of people in the world, but being kind and showing love, that transcends color, ethnicity, gender, and I really enjoyed meeting the new people that we met while we were away.
Yeah, it was definitely an amazing time, and just really making new memories. I love to see her smile.
Yeah.
It does me joy just to see her smile, see her happy. I'm telling y'all, when we on that beach, she wants to stay on the beach for hours.
I could stay on the beach all day. He's like, "Can we please go do something else?"
Look, because they had an amazing rooftop with an infinity pool. It was amazing. We did that, a half a day one day. And she's just like, "No, let's just stay on this beach." And the beach was amazing too.
The beach was nice.
It's amazing, but it's not that infinity pool was just.
Let me tell you about my husband. See, he a little bougie. He wants to be on the rooftop with his sunglasses on, laying with his leg crossed. He likes to do all that.
Preferred.
Let's go to the rooftop for the preferred members. And I'm like, let's just chill on the beach. He like, look at the beach. They got sea moss and stuff in there. The pool water is so clear.
Now let me tell y'all. Now we went the first day to the spa, right? But this might have been midweek. We on the beach, and if you ever been on the country and on the beach, you got those people that's there like, "Hey, massage with signs."
Oh,
and, we got other stuff they want you to do. So we said, "All right, let's try this massage out." Now we right on our beach, right? She said, "Oh, it's just down here." Man, we done walked. We
got us. We walked about 15 minutes.
Yes, about 15 minutes. And the scenery kind of changed.
It
was like we was in their homeland.
We went from blue water to black water.
But the massager said, "Hey, right under here," and it kind of looked like, what is this? The beds wasn't like, in the spa that we just came from the other day. But man, when I tell you,
it was the best massage I ever had.
That massage,
I promise, I still feel the effects of it.
We did it for an hour. Next thing, the lady like, "Oh." So because I'm knocked out. They did an amazing job. And I hear my wife over there say, "Hey, let's get another 30 minutes." So we did an hour and a half massage out there on the beach, but it was totally amazing.
It was. They stretched me.
Yes.
They put my hand on behind my head.
They did
popped
your
our
knuckles
fingers,
and inner
toes.
They was getting places that you don't even know hurt.
They were amazing. So we gotta find some people like that here in Texas. If y'all know anybody, hit us up. Because I told my husband this morning, I got to go get stretched some more because I could feel the difference in my limbs. It was just good for me.
Yeah.
It was good for me. So thank you, baby, for just a wonderful vacation.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank you.
an amazing time, of course. And you like to see me smile, but I love to see you smile as well.
Yes.
And they tell me that you ain't never smiled this much before.
No,
Is that the
I
truth?
mean, my baby, she had me smile all the time. Y'all see these white teeth? But yes, we had a great 3-year anniversary, and we were glad that we could share our journey with y'all, and now share us coming back. But today we have an interesting topic we're gonna dig into.
So what are we talking about?
Well, introduce them to what we're gonna be saying.
Okay. So remember from the last episode, we ended by saying that we want to talk about, I guess, the joys and maybe the pains, if there's any, of being married from a male perspective, of being married to a strong woman. I personally don't feel that that's a discussion that is talked about enough, because I know a lot of women that are like me. When I say like me, very strong. I think where it's described as like type A personality, very assertive, aggressive, and for a lot of women that have this type of personality, it's so hard for them to find a mate that is not threatened or intimidated or even offended by that personality. And I think that you carry it and handle it very well. And so I guess this will be a good podcast for the men, just to maybe just from your perspective, what it's like to be married to a woman like me, or to date a woman of this type of personality, because I know that it's strong. I know that it's a lot for a person that can't handle it. Yeah, for somebody who can handle it, it's not a lot for them. But I would hear, you're too much. You're too much. Yeah, I'm too much for you.
Right.
Because for the right person, it'll be just fine. And I'm just thankful that I finally have the right person that is not trying to dim my light or shut me up or make me shrink. Like, he's very secure in all that makes me me. And so I guess I want you just to talk to the men, talk to the viewers, and just let them know, what is it like? How do you feel? Did you always know I was this way? Or, I guess I'm interested in hearing how you feel.
Well, as you were speaking, it made me think about, as I guess I could say, an acronym. And the acronym is ASS. And why I say that is...
ASS? A-S-S?
ASS. Now, I didn't cuss y'all. I'm using the acronym. And I'm saying it first because the first thing is adjustment.
Okay.
And I say adjustment, why? Because although you can be a strong man, you can be someone that's secure, someone know who they are, it's still an adjustment when you take on now having, especially if you're already strong, taking on someone now that's as strong, a big influencer, just big as you or on the same level as you, that's intimidating, as you said earlier, for some men. Someone that is, it could be naturally, it could be spiritually, it could be business. So I think it's an adjustment, the first thing.
Okay.
Because getting used to it, sometimes some things that you may think they coming off strong, for me, and I'll say from my perspective, it was really trying to help.
Right.
But you taking it more as being aggressive.
So what does that look like? Give an example of what you're saying.
So, for example, I could even use in my own business. Now, we both had our own businesses before we came together.
Right.
And we're in two different industries, right? But there's sometimes where, my wife might come on and say, hey, babe, I was thinking, maybe you should do this, or, do this with your business and this with your marketing, to draw people. And I'm gonna tell you, in the beginning, I'm like, you ain't in the fashion industry.
And I can feel him bucking up against it. Like, I've been doing this.
Yeah,
and he would tell me all day long, I'm the bull. That was his thing with me. And he had to keep telling me, I'm the bull. I said, what is that? What's the bull? You know, because I don't know about that bull stuff. But it's a Philly thing, right? I'm the bull. I said, explain, what's bull? He's like, bull means I'm the man. I said, oh, so you trying to tell me stay in your lane. That's what he was trying to tell me.
Pretty much. And you know, so at first, you know, I'm like, look, this is what I do. You can't tell me nothing about this.
Right.
But when you take it from that perspective and not taking it from, all right, we always ask for, you know, a help me or someone to help, when really that's what she was trying to do, was help. But at first I was taking it as, she really almost like, you trying to tell me what to do, and I've been doing this.
Right.
You know, I've been successful before you came along, so I don't really need you. I don't need your suggestions.
Not for that.
Right. You know, if I need you, then I ask.
Yeah.
You know, but I had to start seeing it from a different perspective, as she's just really trying to help me grow, go to another level, because sometimes we can stay, you might think you have arrived right here, but she's seeing like, nah, I see that you can go here. And hey, here's some ideas how to get here, because this is what helped me marketing wise, because now on the flip side, this is what she do. Her business is marketing, publishing. So hey, I can assist on this. So instead of taking it because we looking at that personality trait as, oh, she's strong, so she's trying to come like tell you what to do. Mm-hmm. And from the outside looking in, that's how other people look at, oh, she's telling you what to do. Mm-hmm. But really I said, nah, she's not telling me what to do. She want to see me win, because we're a team. Right. So if I'm winning, she winning. If she winning, I'm winning. So she wanted to see me win. So it's like, hey, I'm just trying to help you to get to where you're trying to get to. Mm-hmm. So in the beginning, it was an adjustment for me. Adjustment to say, hey, she ain't trying to come at you. She ain't trying to tell you what to do. She ain't trying to change. She's trying to assist and help you. You know, and this is something that, you know, you don't find a lot in relationships, because of the way I was taking it in the beginning. That's how we take it. And it could be vice versa. It could be the woman as well as the male. But for this instance, I was taking it as, man, she's trying to tell me what to do. I've been doing this thing. But when I changed my mindset and I adjusted to it, then I understood that, oh, she's just trying to assist me. She's trying to help me.
So now, what did it take for you to change the mindset? Because I wasn't changing, right?
No.
I was going to continue to.
Yeah, she's going to always push. And that, y'all might see a lot of times, when I talk about my wife, I always say, thank you for pushing and challenging me.
Now, I had to use wisdom with the push, because I knew he wasn't receptive to it, right? So now I'm like, okay, God, I know what I can bring to the table, but I don't want him to become resentful of me. So, Father, give me the wisdom to know how to say it, and when is the right time to slip it in, and how to strategically plant the seed, though it may be my idea, but strategically show me, Father, how to plant this seed where he'll come to me with the idea that I gave to him. I'm giving y'all some hints, women, where I'm actually giving you the idea, but I'm going to make you think you came up with the idea. I just want it done, right? And I think that takes wisdom from God, and it takes a special grace. So I had to change, just like he had to adjust, which was a powerful point. I had to adjust how I was going to go about trying to make the suggestion. Mm-hmm. Now, he didn't know I was doing that, but I had to make the adjustment because I knew it was something that needed to be done. But maybe, Siobhan, you're going to have to change your approach.
Mm-hmm. And as she changed their approach, you know, so it's almost we both adjusting at the same time.
Correct.
So she's recognizing, and that's good that you bring this up, because you recognize that he's not really receiving this.
Right.
And I recognize that she's not really trying to tell you what to do. So we both adjusting at the same time. So as we start to adjust, now I come to the realization that I have to be secure in who I am too. So that brings me to my second acronym. You know, I adjusted, but then I was secure because, you know, I knew who I am. You know, I knew what I had built. But it's okay to take help. It's okay to take suggestions, especially with somebody that you trust.
There you go.
Somebody that has your best interest.
That's key. It's easy to take constructive criticism, advice, wisdom from somebody that you know means you well. I think we become defensive if we feel like the person is trying to harm us, if they're trying to belittle us, if they're trying to upstage us. That's when we now become resentful. But once you really understand, nah, this person has my best interest. This person loves me. I trust this person. Then you take those walls down and say, now look, listen to what they're saying.
And that's how I adjusted. Because I never took it that, initially you took it as, oh, they trying to tell you what to do.
Because you're still learning, because
right,
we're still new.
It's still new, right. So once I've learned that and I adjusted to it, it's like you said, like, all right. And number one, I trust her. And she showed it in other areas that, hey, I have your best interests. And the same way I have your best interest over here in this area is the same way I have your best interest in this area. Because again, if you win, I win.
Right.
So because we're a team. So yeah, we came separately, but now we won. So if we won, I want to see you win. Because although this might be my time that I'm shining over here, we still together over here. Same vice versa. When it's your time over there, although it's the glam is on you and the lights is on you, we still winning together because we won.
So let me pause before we talk about that other S, the security piece.
The last one.
Before we get to the last one, you made a point of how people were saying she's trying to tell you what to do. What did that make you feel like when you have people in your ear sowing that seed of your wife, whatever they were saying? Because I didn't know that. So see the podcast, let stuff come out, right?
Well,
so
I didn't mean actually that nobody was in my ear, but from the outside looking in, how they look at it, it looks as though they're actually trying to tell you what to do.
How did that make you feel?
So for me, because I was already secure, it didn't make me feel anyway. So it didn't make me feel like, oh, you know what, she right, you right.
Okay.
Nah, it didn't make me feel like that because, I understood, and my adjustment was quick. I didn't it wasn't no thing that was an ongoing thing. It was just because I trusted you and because I knew you had my best interest, I was able to adjust quickly. And
I believe the adjustment happened quickly because it's something I was praying about. Because I knew that, again, I know my makeup, right? And if I didn't feel comfortable to share, it's almost like I'm not being who I'm called to be. So now I feel like I'm being muzzled. So there will be times where if he didn't receive it, I'll get quiet. Now, he don't like for me to get quiet. He don't like for me to shut down. So I guess he might be saying, now, Shaq, what you going to do? Either you want her to talk or you don't want her to talk.
Right.
Either you're going to receive what she's saying or which one is it? And I could tell when I would say, you know what? Before I made my adjustment, I would say, okay, if he want to do it that way, then Siobhan, let him do it. He's right. He been doing it this way this long without you. Let him do it. And I would kind of just lay back in the cut. And when I would lay back and be quiet, then you talking about, hey babe, what you think about this? What you think about that? And I'm like, oh, you want my you want me to give some input? Oh, you asking me something? Petty, right? So I think you didn't want me to shut down. So I think that helped too in making you adjust.
Because here's go a little advice for you men is, even though this was about something I was doing, remember she said she kind of, all right, I'm gonna get quiet and shut down. You don't want your wife to be quiet and shut down, because it wasn't going to just shut down in this area. It's going to make some other things shut down too.
Boop, 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 boop. But what other things?
Well,
this is an adult podcast. Now, you think I would have shut down in that area now?
You don't shut down in that area.
Okay.
Just because I say other areas don't mean you got to go right to
but
that
we got to, I don't know, make it plain.
Now, all right, not specifically in a sexual area, man. But just other areas where they get muzzled and just like, all right, I'm just not going to talk. I'm not going to say nothing. So I didn't want that because me and her always have an open communication, and you want to keep that communication flowing.
Right.
So I don't want to shut this area down and then later it be something else. And she's like, no, you ain't want my input over there, so I ain't saying nothing now. Mm-hmm. And because, she's quiet in that moment, and you ain't trying to fix this, you ain't trying to, because they waiting for you to say something.
Right. I'm quiet. I'm like, is he gonna come to his senses. God, you gonna talk to him? Like what? So I'm just sitting back. I'm sitting back with an attitude, but I'm also sitting back hoping that he's gonna come back and say, okay, babe, I'm sorry. You know, I know you don't mean no harm. Okay, what I need to do? You know, I mean, it's so now that when he's typing a caption for Instagram or to post, I want to look at it. I want second eyes on it to make sure the grammar is correct, to make sure the words are spelled correctly. He hated to do that. He's like, why? It's like I'm a kid. You checking behind me. But I'm like, you never know. There may be some words misspelled. There may be a punctuation mark that's missing. Let me look at it. And the same way that I do that for him, he does that for me.
And that's what I was about to interject and say. I think that was a help as well, because now she has her own business, but even when it comes to ministry, I
want your input.
Yeah, and I'm like, she got a whole team, and she'll be like, I want my husband on here. You know, what you think? What you think about this? Do you think I need to go here, or do you think I need not to go? What you think about this? And I'm like, man, you know, this ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, in any of her business, not just.
But I wanted you to
but
see.
She always wants my input on what you think.
Right.
Before she even does anything, all right, what you think about this? Do you think I should do it? You know, if it's just a prayer call, should I have a prayer call? You know, if it's an issue she need to speak out on, what you think? You think I should do it? And if I say no, she don't, okay. So that too helps you to adjust, because now she's being the example.
It's not one-sided.
Right. It ain't just feeling like, oh, it's you. But she's like, look, I'm showing the same way that, hey, I want to be, almost showing a sense of being submitted unto you too.
Right. So that's going to be a good point that we can talk about. That just because a woman is strong, just because she is that type A personality, it does not mean she cannot be submissive.
Yeah.
It does not mean that. And I think a lot of people automatically assume that an authoritative woman, a leader, a woman that's a leader, a woman that talks, opinionated, cannot be submissive.
I think that's a very key point about you talking about the submission part, because although you're a strong woman and people see that strong side of you, many may not know that she has a little kitty, almost like child side. And when I talk about that, meaning like how a child submits to their parents or submits to their authorities, you know, and it's not that I'm over her, but you know, anything that my wife does, she's always like, hey babe, what you think? And if you say no, it's a no. If you with me, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And that's with anything when it comes to financials, you know, when it comes to the household, when it comes to, like I said, even her own ministry stuff. One thing I tell her all the time, and I find this an honor, and I tell her this a lot, is that when my wife said that, hey, my husband's my covering, you know, I took that and like, oh, okay. You know, she said I'm covering. You know, a lot of wives say their husbands are covering, but she really takes it serious, especially with ministry. And knowing my wife, she's not gonna play, because if she felt like I wasn't a true covering, she gonna be like, nah. She ain't gonna publicly say it, because y'all hear her say it all the time. Which again, I'm honored. And every Monday before Cyber Church, I don't care where I'm at, I'm out where she at.
He might have a client in his store.
Yeah.
But I'm like, tell your client, hold on for a second.
Yeah, she's gonna say, babe, I need you to pray for me. Mm-hmm. You know, anytime if I'm not traveling with her, you know, ministry-wise, I'm praying before I'm dropping to the airport. I'm praying right there for her travels there, for her ministry while she's there.
To go preach. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah,
from the church.
Before she go to wherever she going, where I'm at, she calling, hey, pray for me, babe. She riding the car with the armor bearers and going to the church. She in the pastor's office. Hey, pray for me. And I find that right there is just such an honor of someone of her magnitude in ministry, that she really looks at me and says, you're my covering, and I want you to, anytime I got something going on, or before I even do it, I need you to pray for me. You know, so that right there just shows the humility, number one, that she has, but the respect, not just naturally, but even the God that she sees on me. So I find that an honor and a privilege. But, you know, just because you're strong don't mean you can't be submissive.
That's right. So I love the acronym that ASS. I mean, I probably didn't have to use ass, but I get it.
That last one, so y'all know, but like he didn't give the last
so
one.
I wanted
But
to
the
talk
last one
about
is
the last
support.
one. Okay.
You know.
So the first one was
adjustment.
The second one was
secure.
being secure, and this
And the
last one
is support.
Okay.
And you know, because a lot of times in relationships you don't get that support.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in every area that you need. You know, because of my wife being strong and naturally and spiritually is sometimes, you know, when God unctions her to speak out on something. You know, again, the first thing she says, "Hey, babe, this is a burden on me. You know, what do you think? You know, should I say something?" Or I may say, "Not right now," and she'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or I may say,
or don't say nothing at all.
Yeah, and then later she come out and say, "It's really," and I say, "All right, babe, I support you. Go ahead." And to show the support, I just don't say it behind the closed doors with me and her. When she speaks, I'm right there. You know, I'm in the comments. You know, letting them know, hey, I stand with my wife. You know, because, and it's not for y'all, it's for her. So that she see that I'm supporting. You know, I'm going to be there no matter what. I'm going to stand by your side.
And me being vocal and me being assertive and upfront does not make you feel less of a man. No. It doesn't make you feel like, well, I should be the one saying that, or I should be the one. Because you understand, it's when you understand the purpose that's on the person's life. Yeah, and I believe that when you understand with the purpose, when you're clear on their assignment, you understand that strength they're built that way because of their assignment. I can't be no scared preacher. I'm a voice for God. So God had to build me like this. I had to be bold. I had to be assertive. There are things that's gonna have to be said where it's gonna take righteous indignation. You know? And so I believe that the way I'm made up, personality-wise, is always linked to my purpose in God.
And also going back to that support too, and it may be something that really don't bother me too much, and I may be kind of supportive or okay with it, and then when she makes the stance, you know, I'm like, you know what, I gotta stand with you. So sometimes it may make you have to come out of your comfort zone.
Wow.
On what you may be like, wow. Oh, I'm all right with it. It don't really bother me.
Wow.
And again, you know, your spouse, that person that you trust, it goes back to what I said earlier about because I trust, because I know what she stands for, because I know her heart, that I'm able to say, hey, okay, we rocking together.
So I'm in Target raising all kind of saying, right? He would have never did that. So I'm sure when he see the video and I'm talking about, look at these baby clothes and look at these onesies and I know my husband's like,
Now remember, I already knew she was gonna do it, so
right.
She ain't just go do no video.
I did. I said, babe, I want to go on Target. I want to do it. But now the video is out and you seeing all the backlash, you know, and it's just like he knows they're gonna come for it. They're gonna come for it. I know that sometimes the strength puts you in a place where you gotta defend me. You know, how does that make you feel?
I'm good. It don't bother me at all. You know, it's sometimes where you gotta show your strength and be solid, because it's not all the time that I'm not coming on social media and just going back and forth with nobody.
Nobody has time for that.
Right. So you know, because they ain't about anybody can be tough across social media.
Right.
You know, but sometimes it's just being solid. But then it's times
being
where
present.
Yeah, right, and that's key. What you just said, being present. You know, I'm here, but I ain't gotta say nothing.
But I'm letting y'all know.
Yeah. But then there's times where you do step up and say something.
Yeah. And I appreciate that you know when to say, now look, this is my wife and I got her, and when to say, you good, you handling it. Mm-hmm. But if I ever need to jump in the ring, come and tag me, you know. But just in case, I'm still standing right here, right, where you can still know I'm standing. I got you covered. Right. So I don't know. I want women like me to be encouraged. I know the struggle. When I was single, I dated men that told me, oh, You just talk too much. Oh my God, you always got an opinion. Oh my God, and that was my cue. You ain't the one for me. And he's never said that to me, like you just too much, or will you just be quiet, or God, why you always gotta say? He's never done that. And that was another clear indicator that this is the man that God has ordained for my life, because he's cool with the pit bull that I am. They call me P. Diddy, y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all who called me that. But there was a group that said, he done married P. Diddy. I said, P. Diddy? So, yeah, you like the Christian P. Diddy. And in the regards of, just drill sergeant, let's get it done. And so I'm like, does my husband think I'm P. Diddy too?
In other words, they was like, man, we thought that you like things like this, but man, this is a different one.
Yeah.
But and we both are sticklers on different things in different areas. But she can bring that pit bull out.
And the best thing you can do for a pit bull is release them from their cage and let them run. Thank you for letting the pit bull run.
But you gotta know how to tame them too.
That's right.
Back in.
That's right. Yes, and he has no problem with go ahead and give me that leash. Come on, go ahead back in the cage. They say I let you out too long, and now you got a little carried away. So, but honey, I appreciate you. I hope that this episode was good. We could have went longer.
Yeah, it was getting low.
Yeah, but we gonna keep it going, because the next episode I want to talk about the adjustments of how you've helped to free me with being comfortable with my body. I think that's gonna be a very good episode. You got me showing my cleavage and carrying on now, and I know that's gonna be a little funny, little touchy little subject.
Well, we know when to do it.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. No, we don't, because you had me going to Walmart talking about pull your shirt down. I'm playing. We're gonna talk about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to share this podcast, like on YouTube, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and make sure that you follow all of the outlets that we air this podcast on. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.